What's up, YouTube, and welcome to this achievement slash trophy guide here in Hitman Episode 5 USA. This is the Soup Sandwich achievement slash trophy, which requires you to ram Rose and Pavardi, make Berg blow himself up, and drown Graves. I'm going to be showing you step by step, so let's hop in. So to begin, you're going to want to, of course, get into the Freedom Fighters mission, which is under the USA episode, and in the planning you are going to want to choose the lockpick and the fiber wire. Nothing else really matters, so that's what you need to take with you. So we are going to begin with the ramming part, which we are going to do at once. Basically, we will kill both Rose and Pavardi with the same tool at the same time. Now, I just want to warn you right now, this is going to be a kind of loud run. I'm going to be killing a couple of non-targets here, as I'm going to show you, just because I didn't feel like being patient. However, as you can see, based on patterns and so on, they will walk away from each other, so you can take them out silently if you really want to take the time to do this in a stealthily way. However, I've decided that I don't have that time for this video, so I've just done it like this. What you're going to want to do is get a guard outfit here, as I have, in order to actually get into the compound, and then you're going to want to make your way towards where the point man is located. So basically the point man is a part of Parvardi's team, and you are going to go and kill him and take his disguise. He will be in a building with another guy. I should reiterate, you don't actually have to kill him. You can knock him out and take his disguise. However, again, like I said, I didn't feel like being super stealthy about this, so I'm actually just going to come in here and kill both of these guys. The point man is the one closest to me, so be sure to pick up his disguise before you move on from here. I would also recommend hiding these bodies, or at least his body, so that you do not become compromised. And go ahead and take his disguise as I said. And from here, you're going to want to actually, I guess I'll hide him as well, why not? So go ahead and hide both bodies just to be extra safe. I guess I felt like I had no time, so I was going to kill everybody, but I apparently had the time to dump the bodies. Anyways, after hiding both bodies, you're going to want to make your way over to Pavardi and Rose. They're going to be over by the red barn. Now, depending on how long you have taken to do this, they may actually be in the red barn, kind of waiting for you, or they may have started to walk around, as was the case for me. So I actually found Pavardi kind of just off to the side from the red barn. So just go over and talk to her, as I'm going to do. She's going to explain to you that they have a presentation that they have to do, yada yada yada. What you're going to want to do is head over to the presentation and then actually listen to the presentation. So I'm going to show you where to go for the presentation, and then I'm going to cut out the presentation itself because it's kind of long and you don't need to watch me watch it. Once the presentation ends, you're going to want to actually participate in the training session, as I'm doing on screen. What you're going to need to do is come over here to the trunk of this limo and pick up this crowbar. You're then going to want to come over to the ram, and you're going to want to turn off the safety mechanism while everybody's kind of talking and distracted and looking away from you, as I'm doing here. So make sure that you do that now and not later, or you will be noticed in doing that. Next, you're going to have to take out your gun and eliminate the 4 dummy targets inside of the limo. After doing so, you'll want to run up to the limo and use the crowbar to rip open this door here. And inside the door, you will find some documents. This is all just basically the training session itself. Go ahead and pick up the documents and head over to the finish button to actually finish the training session. Once you have done this, the 4 of them, not including yourself, will gather kind of around the ram area. What you're going to want to do is come over to the button that actually turns on the ram and wait for both Pavardi and Rose to be standing in the path of the ram. So as you can see, Rose is kind of checking out the limo right now, and eventually he will make his way over into the path of the ram where Pavardi is to talk with her, and once he does, go ahead and fire it, and you've now just killed both of them. Now, the awesome thing about this is that this is so spread out, you can actually just continue on from here and go get the next target without actually having to restart or anything like that, as long as you haven't gotten spotted, obviously. So next, we are going to go for Berg, and we're going to make him blow himself up. So what you're going to want to do is come over to this little garage here, and you're going to want to take out this guard silently while the other one is turned around. Go ahead and dump his body into this little bin right here, as I'm doing. And then you're going to want to head inside after changing your disguise and take out the guard that is inside, as I'm going to do now. It is helpful for you to have the lockpick. That way you can lockpick this door. However, you could also use the crowbar that we picked up earlier, although you will be noticed much more easily with the crowbar. So go ahead and get into this room. You could also just climb through the window if you felt like it. Get into this room, go ahead and knock this guard out, and be sure to hide his body and his gun, as I'm going to do on screen. So go ahead, hide his body, hide his gun, and then after doing that, you're going to want to pretty much pick up everything in the room just because, but make sure that you pick up the key, which is right over here, and make sure that you pick up the wrench, which is located just behind me in the toolbox. I'm going to do that in a second after I hide the gun and pick up everything else in the room just because I can. So yeah, these also get you some challenges for picking up these drugs and whatnot, and grab the wrench as I mentioned before. Now we're going to use that key to access the basement. You are going to need this disguise to actually be allowed inside the house. So go ahead and head into the house and head down to the basement. Now, depending on timing, this could take a while or it could take a very short amount of time, as it's going to take a short amount of time for me. I ended up timing this well enough that Berg, the target, was no longer speaking to the guards down here or the hostage that they have down here. So what's going to happen is there's going to be one guard down here, at least for me. And what's going to happen is one of the guards out of the two that are normally down here is going to head upstairs. The one that's left down here, you're going to want to distract with the boiler here, as I'm going to do, and then make it around the boiler so that he does not notice you. Come all the way around, and then go ahead and inject the dosage into the hostage, as I'm doing here. And this will actually cause the hostage to become knocked out. Now from here, Berg, when he goes back down there, will notice that the hostage has been knocked out, wonder what the heck went wrong with his dosage, and then run out to the garage to go and look at the samples that he has in the garage. What we're going to do is blow him up, or make him blow himself up, in the garage. What we can do is head out here with the wrench, as I'm doing. Go ahead and open the door. That's actually him right there. I was kind of just making sure he wasn't coming in. Go in here and use the wrench to loosen the valve on this tank right here. Now you're just going to want to wait for him. He's going to take a little while, so I'm just going to cut ahead. And as he goes in, you can actually just watch him through the door if you would like to. As he goes in, he's going to start to fiddle with his equipment. He's going to turn on some kind of burner, I'm assuming, and he's going to go boom, as I'm showing right there. Now, on to the final one, which is Penelope Graves, and we have to drown her. From here, we're going to want to go and grab another disguise and an Interpol badge. Now, the disguise and the Interpol badge come together, basically. There is a guy, a very specific guy here in the Apricot Farm area that will have it on him. What you're going to want to do is head over to this area. There will be this guy standing here, and another guy will come over to talk to him. Our target is the other guy. What we're going to want to do is lure him behind these boxes over here using a faucet. So what we want to do is wait for the two of them to start talking. And then once they start talking, you can go ahead and turn on the faucet as I'm doing on screen now. What will happen is when their conversation ends, the guy that we need will turn towards the sprinkling hose, notice it, and get interested and come to investigate the area that we are currently in. You are going to need to use the garrote wire or the fiber wire in order to take this guy out, or else you are going to be heard by the other guy who is on the opposite side of this fence, and he will come to investigate and most likely catch you. The fiber wire is apparently quieter, I guess. So go ahead and use that on him. You can go ahead and take him out. Dump his body right over here, and then be sure to change your disguise and pick up the badge that he will drop on the ground as I'm doing. Now at this point you're going to have to go and find Penelope. She can be pretty much anywhere on the map depending on how long this took you. So I'm just going to go and run over to her right now, and you're going to want to talk to her, and he will tell her that he wants to speak with her further over by the slurry pit. So the slurry pit is basically just an area filled with, it seems like, sludge, and I'm going to show you how to actually get over to the slurry pit. You could always just follow Penelope because she knows where she's going, but either way, just head over here, and you're going to want to make it over to like a little shack area that's right over in this area. This is the slurry pit itself, and once you make it into the shack, you're going to want to wait for Penelope to get there. At this point, have your conversation with Penelope. It's kind of a long conversation, so I'm going to cut through it a bit as I am doing now. And at the end of it, she will tell her guards basically, get out of here, I need to think a little. She will walk over to the slurry pit and kind of lean over the railing. All you have to do is run around, wait for her guards to get far enough away, make sure that no other guards, are looking, and go ahead and push her into the slurry pit. And it is that simple. Your achievement or trophy will pop practically immediately without you needing to complete the rest of the mission. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you. If it did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, favorite, all that fun junk. Check down in the description, some awesome links, some awesome things, my Twitter, Facebook, donation page, Twitch channel, a bunch of other things you might be interested in. Thank you for joining me. Keep it here for more achievement slash trophy slash collectibles guides, more Hitman, and a bunch of other things. Until tomorrow, ta-ra.